Let's do it. So we're in the network, guys. Now, I want you guys to kind of walk me through. You know nothing except the target network range. You know nothing except the target network range, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Let's walk us through it, guys. So the first step is host discovery, right?
Right.
Now, what are some things I can do for host discovery?
Netdiscover.
Okay. All right. Now, not just Netdiscover. What is Netdiscover doing?
Well, if you give it a range, it's actually literally trying to discover what ranges between that IP range are actually on that particular network.
You're correct, but you're not telling me what protocols it's using to do that.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at, right? Okay. So let's start. If we know this is our network range, how do I figure out if a host is online? How do I do that?
If config.
No. If I want to know if your computer is online, from a network perspective, what do I generally do with that? Network troubleshooting, not even security.
IP chicken.
Yeah, that's cool, but even simpler.
I don't know.
ifconfig.
Yeah. Ping.
Say it again.
Ping.
Yeah, you ping it. All right.
You ping it, right? Okay.
Right.
So if I ping a host 172.31.2 whatever, I'm pinging that host. I figure out if that host is alive. Now, what I want to do is I want to ping every host in the entire subnet. You see it?
So
Right.
why are you using Nmap instead of just ping?
Well, because Linux is the only tool. Linux supports what's called a broadcast ping. Windows does not. So from Linux, you could say ping-b, broadcast ping, right? Well, the problem with the broadcast ping is, one, you can't do it from Windows. Two, most networks don't let you ping the broadcast address. So the easiest thing for us to do usually is to Nmap. Nmap is always going to be lowercase s as in Sam for scan, capital letter for the type of scan that we're going to do. So if it's a capital P, ping. If it's a capital S, SYN for synchronization. Capital A, ACK. Capital X, Xmas scan, Christmas. Is this making sense, guys?
Right.
Yeah.
Capital F, fin for finish. Okay, so P is going to be for what, guys?
Ping.
Ping.
Ping. So I'm going to ping 172.31.2.*. And I'm going to tell it ping the whole subnet. Okay, why am I trying to ping the whole subnet?
So you can actually see what's on there.
Good. So the goal of host discovery is to figure out what's alive. Okay?
So in this particular case, Nmap is probably a better usage than Netdiscover.
Netdiscover is a perfectly fine tool to do. Netdiscover is a perfectly fine tool to use. I'm just giving you what the steps are. Once you know what the steps are, you can use any tool to do it. It doesn't matter what the tool is. You probably want to ping, right? Is this making sense?
Yeah. So far.
So if I wanted to use a different tool like NetScan tools, does it really matter?
No.
No,
It
because
does,
the first
it does the
step,
same thing. It does the same thing. What's the
ping
difference?
sweep.
Right.
So if you jump down here, there you go. Look at it. Host discovery. Our first step is what?
Ping.
Ping sweep. Right.
Now that's one way of doing host discovery, right? Another way of doing host discovery is to use L for list, L-I-S-T, list. And this is a DNS list, okay? So I'll give you an example of why you would use that list scan, okay? If I do I'm going to do this against CNN.com, okay? So if you look here, I'm going to do my ping scan against CNN.com, okay?
I forgot. Don't you normally have to be in root for the best results for Nmap scans?
Nah. Okay, so the being root, the reason that people do that is anytime you're doing a scan that requires raw socket access, Linux requires you to be root to do anything that requires raw socket access. So if your scan requires raw socket access, not all scans do, that's when you're going to be in a situation where it'll prompt you to be root. And it'll actually just tell you can't do the scan, must run as root. So
I see. Okay.
From a Linux best practices, you guys notice I don't run as root. I sudo in front of the commands that require root access.
Well, and that's because your particular profiles should be already in the sudoers config file, correct?
That's correct. And it is best practices not to run stuff as root. Right? So what you're dealing with is somebody who just prefers to run everything as root. And I just don't think that's something I would really recommend, especially if we have a shared attack surface. You know, it's 5, 6 of us all launching from the same machine. No, I don't care how good you think you are. You shouldn't be doing stuff as root. You know, if it's your own attack machine, then fine. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if all of us work from the same attack machine, no, man, don't run everything as root just because you like to work that way. Okay.
Right.
All right. So here's a quick thing. I ran this scan. Now, what kind of scan did I run?
Run a ping.
Okay. And it tells us how many hosts are up.
2.
Okay. Now I want you to look. Now look. Now how many hosts are up?
Looks like 7.
And that's because I didn't do a ping scan. I did a what?
List.
Yeah.
I used DNS.
Right. I see.
Okay. Now, is it possible that you might be scanning a network that's blocking ping?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it possible that you might be scanning a network where some of the hosts in the network are running host-based configurations that block ping? So maybe they're not blocking ping at the network level, but the host is. Is this making sense?
Yeah, it is.
So you don't want to just blindly say, oh, I ping scan. You see that?
arp-scan -L.
Yeah, well, hold on. I don't know if I have it. Let's try this. Okay. Now, this is not something that I do a lot, but I do need to show you guys just so you can understand it. Okay, so my interface is going to be ton0. So instead of ETH0, it's going to be ton0, and then it's got to give them that whole subnet, right? .2, 3.1, 172. Let's try ENS3. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like ENS3 is the probably better way. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys that syntax if you want to run that scan.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so let's go walk through what we're trying to do. Okay, guys, let's walk me through it. So the first thing I tried to discover host was what protocol?
Ping.
Ping, ICMP, right? Is it possible?
ICMP.
Is it possible that either at the network level or at the host level they could be blocking ping? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay, so it's good, but I can't 100% trust it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
The next one that I did was lowercase s, capital L. What was that capital L for?
List.
List. It was a
List.
DNS list.
The DNS.
Now, you notice when I
Right.
did that, when I did it against CNN, right, I came up with host. When I do it against my network, 172.31.2. Right, I get nothing. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Right.
because I did this on purpose. There's no DNS records for any host out there. I did that on purpose. So you've got no DNS records for anything out there, and it makes it really hard to find machines, right? So I've got another little trick that I do, right? So for me, I use a tool called Propecia. So I do 172.31.2, and I'm going to look for anything running port 22. Do you see how fast it is?
Wow.
Right.
Anything running port 80, you see how fast it is?
How's that different from Nmap?
Because Nmap scans in sequential, whereas Propecia scans in parallel.
What's the difference?
Okay, so what will happen is Nmap won't move to the next IP until it finishes with the first IP sequentially.
Makes sense.
Propecia scans in parallel, so it puts packets for all 255 hosts for the whole subnet on immediately
Oh, okay.
with no retransmits. Nmap is going to do up to 6 retransmits trying to see if the host is there before it moves on to the next IP.
I see.
So for me, what I do is I look for just a few ports, right? I'm just going to tell you right now. I look for 22 because that usually gives me Linux machines, right? I look for 445. That usually gives me Windows machines. I look for 111. That usually gives me old Unix machines. I look for 3389. That usually gives me newer
Remote desktop.
So these are called port sweeps. Port sweeps. Okay. Now let's go through the drawbacks. Okay. What could go wrong with a ping sweep, guys? What could go wrong?
It could be blocked
By where? By where?
by the host source.
Right? They could be blocking it at the network level, or they could be blocking it at the actual host, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. What could go wrong with DNS list scans?
Same thing. The same way how network and host is blocking it, the DNS could also be blocking it as well. Or what if you're like on a site like GoDaddy, which I know GoDaddy does block a lot of stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So could you have old DNS records? Like they got a DNS record. This is the www.thisdomain.com, but the server's gone, but they didn't delete the DNS record.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have old or stale records, or like in this network where we're not using DNS at all. So you're starting to see why that could fail on me, and what? That could fail on me, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next one. ARP is layer 2 of the OSI model. So layer 2 traffic can't traverse a layer 3 boundary. So what does that mean? If I have something that's using ARP, address resolution protocol, it can't pass a router, it can't pass a firewall, it can't pass a VPN gateway. So
okay.
you can only arp-scan if you are on the same subnet. So if I'm scanning a remote subnet, I can't arp-scan. Does this make sense, guys?
Yeah, you have to be on the same subnet. All right, I got it.
Same subnet. Now, the reason that ARP scans are good is because if the host is running a host-based firewall, it's got to allow ARP. So he can run a host-based firewall that blocks everything. And if we're on the same subnet, we can see him with an ARP scan.
Why don't we just start it with the arp-scan?
Again, we have to be on the same subnet. In most cases, when I'm scanning, I'm not.
I said, all right, okay.
So you see how it's something I'm really reluctant to do because it's only reliable if I'm in the exact same subnet.
Subnet, right, okay.
Right? So you notice that like I had to like look up the syntax and all that because you can tell what? I don't do these very often.
Right.
Right? Okay. Now, your last thing that you could do is you could SNMP walk. Bam. And what does Joe have? Joe has the command line syntax of every pen test he's done since 1999. Bam. Here we go. Okay. So recon the target networks. Here's that SNMP ping sweep, right? And then here's how to do it all with SNMP. So you do a UDP scan for anything running 161. So we'll grab that. Remember, SNMP is UDP, right? Simple Network Management Protocol. So
Right.
Simple Network Management Protocol is how you know the status of hosts. So people run like a host monitoring system. So if they run like SolarWinds or What's Up Gold or something like that, there we go. Okay, it'll be easier for you guys not to use SNMP walk, but here's what you would do. On any
So in your Joe, I'm sorry, in your the paste pen, you use the SNP, and that's just fine. Dash S capital U minus P, then 69.161,
Yep.
and then the IP range, and that should be fine.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay. All right. So put 31 in here. .2 dot target dash C public. Okay. So any host that you find running port 161, you put that IP address in here. You see it?
Okay.
Okay. So now host may not be running SNMP. Okay. So, all right, now let's go through it. All right, so what's our first option? Host discovery. What's our first option?
Ping it.
Ping it.
Okay, what could go wrong?
It could be blocked. The ICMP could be blocked
Where could it be blocked?
at the host or the router, right? The network, right?
Yeah, at the host or at the network. So you can have a situation where it's not being blocked at the network level, but 2 out of 10 computers are running host-based firewalls and they are blocking it, right?
Right.
Okay. So that could lead to some situations where ping sweep works and you discover some host and then you don't discover other hosts. Okay. What's our next option?
The DNS list.
Okay. What could go wrong there?
Maybe old, stale, and non-existent.
Right. So maybe they've got DNS records, but the server's not there anymore. You know, you ever done that on the internet? You www and go to some site and you're like, oh, site's not there anymore.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
That means the DNS record for it, what, is still there, right? But what?
It's non-existent.
Yeah, the box is gone, right? And that can happen internally and externally. Okay. All right. Let's go for our next one, right? arp-scan. Okay. What could go wrong?
You're not on the same subnet.
I'm not on the same subnet, right? Or if I'm VPNing and jumping from this box to this box and tunneling and port forwarding and all that kind of crap,
Might be a
arp-scan just
stupid
will
question,
exactly
but how
what.
do you know if you are on the same subnet?
Say that again?
Might be a stupid question, but how do you know if you are on the same subnet?
Oh, well, because if you are on the same subnet, when you arp-a, you'll see all the hosts that are on the same network as you.
Thank you.
Mhm. So you see how I'm in Windows, I arp-a, and here's all the machines that are in my arp table.
Okay.
So I gotta be in the same subnet, otherwise the arp-scan stuff is worthless, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's my next option?
SNMP walk.
Okay. Now I can.
Oh no, you scanned UDP. My bad.
No. SNMP is UDP, and SNMP walk is a common tool. Another tool that does SNMP walk is called 161 because SNMP runs on port 161, right? Another tool is called SNMP check. But each one of these tools, you see how I just showed you the Nmap way to do it?
Right.
Now with Nmap, you have to specify if it's UDP because SNMP is UDP.
Okay.
Okay. So are you guys starting to see that it's like you've got to be able to, if there's firewalls in place,
You got to be able to maneuver. Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
this is one of the things that really messes people up with that OSTP exam because they're like, my God, man, I can't find the hosts that are out there. But it's like, man, yeah, you can. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you can. You can. It's not that bad. Okay.
Joe, are you going to make this pastebin or this notepad available to us? You're going to send this to us?
Absolutely. That's the reason why I'm taking all these notes.
Okay. Okay. Because I'm trying to import it into or write it into my OneNote here.
No.
Okay. That's perfect.
Whole reason why I'm doing this. Absolutely. Absolutely. I got you, bro. I got you. Okay. Now, our other option, I'm just telling you me, okay? If it were me right in here, I do my Propecia scans. Just telling you, Joe. Okay. Now, Propecia is a tool that's like 16, 17 years old and not very well used. So you're going to find that most of the guys that are out there have never heard of it. Okay? It's just something that I like. It doesn't mean that it's the best thing in the world. You know what I mean?
So,
Right.
so I can actually use Propecia to do all the Nmap in place of the Nmap scans, couldn't I? I'm just curious. I'm just finding something else I can play with over the weekend.
Yeah, I do. It's just so much faster for me, right? Because Propecia sweeps an entire subnet, so it's just faster.
Right.
Okay, so this is just a Joe thing. You don't really find that many other people that are into this like I am. Okay, but I love port sweeps. I just think port sweeps are it. Okay, so real quick, I'll show you what I can do with a port sweep. Here, I'm sweeping for port 22, and I'm sweeping for port 445, right?
Right.
I'm outputting it to file 1 and file 2. I cat file 1, cat file 2, throw it into file 3, and now I sort it. Look, cat file 3, sort -t, and this little kung fu here strips out the duplicates. So for me, I do it all with Propecia, and that's how I get my list of unique hosts that are out there.
Okay.
Right? It's just for me. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Even, Okay. if we jump down here, you've now seen Propecia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are you seeing here? Look at these steps. Step 1, host discovery. This looking familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. Step 2, port scans. What are you noticing?
Same thing, pretty much.
That's it. That's it. In other words, this is my process, isn't it?
Right.
Then a banner grab. You seeing it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I enumerate the Windows and Linux hosts. Are you noticing here? I'm giving you the syntax for hosts that are running SMB and all that. See anything that's running port 111?
Old Linux stuff.
Yeah. See how I search for NFS mounts and all that stuff?
Right. Okay.
Right? Showing you how I do that stuff, right?
Right.
Okay. Anything that's running a web port, I hit it with Nikto. Anything that's running a web port, I directory brute force it.
So as in like Dirbuster, pretty much.
Yeah, dirb is the command line version of it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then here you see links as a command line web browser, so I links dump every web page, and then you see how I wget recursive, pull the whole web page down, right, and then grep through it. Then I run brute forcers against every single service that I can find. This is my process. my whole process.
That's the process. Okay.
The process, okay?